Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. I just chanced on this video about 2 hours ago, 2 to 3 hours ago, and it left me jaw dropped. And now I can confidently say I have seen it all. Because how is this even a real place? So this video is about one of the worst communities to live in the United States. It doesn't even seem like a place that should exist in America, of all places. But I guess every country has, their dark side. And this is one of America's dark sides. Let's get into the video.
Underneath Las Vegas, there's
Las Vegas.
200 miles of tunnel network. These tunnels have become
200 miles is about 322 kilometers, right? So that is a very, very long tunnel system.
a secret world for the so-called mole people.
Anybody that hasn't come out and seen the light of day in a long time, I don't know if I want to meet them. They might not be civil. These tunnels are 7 floors down.
7 floors down. How deep is that?
People turn gray down.
That's like a doomsday bunker, right? 7 floors.
It never will.
The city dazzles with luxury hotels, casinos, and endless entertainment. Millions of people visit Las Vegas every year, but many don't know what exists just below this desert paradise. The endless darkness has slowly altered the way people think and behave.
I got shot in the head with a gun.
Somebody died right where we were standing last night.
Some of them were even born into this dark world. These people have no IDs, and they
To be born in a place like that, that was just crazy. How is that even legal in the United States? Regardless of how poor you are, shouldn't you be able to give birth in a proper medical facility? Maybe I'm just being ignorant, yeah, but that's wild.
hide in these tunnels to stay away from the law.
The police radios and stuff would not work down here.
So what you're looking at is a map of the tunnels in Las Vegas. There's about 1,500 people that live in that system.
The tunnels have
1,500.
like neighborhoods.
That's 1,500
Nobody on the
individuals.
street level knows what is going on underground. We are about to dive deep into the tunnels,
That's a lot of
which are
people.
connected to many other tunnels. Let's descend into darkness where these tunnel people have built their lives.
This is the Narcan, the nasal spray. So if you see somebody overdosing, you can hit them with this, and it'll bring them back. We get 30 minutes, you still have to call an ambulance.
I think these guys work for a charity organization.
We can't just walk in unless we're with Rob, who survived 5 years down here. The entrance is blocked with metal bars to stop people from entering and to keep trash out during floods.
What is the worst thing that happened to you in tunnels?
Probably the flood that we had a few years ago when I lost 2 of my best friends.
The ground in Las Vegas is extremely hard, so rainwater can't soak into the soil the way it normally would. To prevent flooding on the streets, these tunnels were built to direct water under the city. So when it rains, the water rushes straight into the tunnels where people are living.
So that's an aerial view of Las Vegas, right? I think this city was built in the middle of a desert and it's probably surrounded by mountains. So whenever the rain falls, all the water just goes there. And that's why they have these tunnel systems to help, redirect the water underneath the city. But people have turned it into their own
Even on a
home.
sunny day in the city, a rainstorm 15 miles away in the mountains can send a flood rushing down these tunnels in minutes. Every time this sudden disaster hits, people in this massive underground city lose their lives to drowning.
A lot of trash.
That's a terrible way to die, man.
To Nate first.
A terrible way to die.
Enter the tunnel.
I stay away from the deep parts of the tunnel.
What is the reason for that?
Just because the unknown. I don't know what's down there. It gets smaller and smaller as you get to where you gotta crawl. From what I know, these tunnels are 7 floors down. You imagine it. There's rooms off in these tunnels, service rooms that anybody could be in there. You'd be kidnapped, killed, hostage, burnt alive. It don't matter.
Whatever danger hides deep in the tunnels, Toby has faced it.
I'm back here in the dark, you know what I mean? Dark, dark.
What is the worst thing that happened to you down in these tunnels?
I got attacked one time, like 3 Cuban dudes. One of the guys came in my spot with the damn machete. He was one of the top dog dudes. But I handled my own, so I had a basket and I took it in there, threw it on its side, stuck poles in it, made one of them little Maltese cocktails. It's the only thing that saved me.
Anyone home, guys?
Stepping to someone's territory.
Anybody home?
Anybody home?
Do we have any flashlights? I'll check and see if I got one in my bag. Hey! Everything going good?
The woman, possibly under the influence of the substance, asked for Narcan.
If you actually know how to navigate.
So 1,500 people, there'll be a few women and children living in these tunnels. There are no law enforcement officers. There's no law and order down there. So anything can happen. And this is a crazy
connected.
place.
Eventually they are passageways.
For the most part.
This labyrinth may not look like a home to you, but stepping into their spots without warning could get us into serious trouble. Some of them are armed, and don't hesitate to use it.
You can hear the cars.
You can hear it.
Oh my God.
We're in the middle of the city right now, and they're literally driving over the heads of people that are living underground.
One of the rarest points that we see sunlight.
Here it is, the city. A life they're not part of, only able to watch from the underground. It's kind of an illusion that hides everything. A few steps later, we saw the famous Caesar's Palace Hotel through the metal grate. Above, Nevada's casinos make over $15 billion a year. Below, people live in death
$15
traps
billion.
in the city.
Twice a day, the hotels drop their filtration system, so that's why it hasn't rained in forever, but it's still wet.
How do you bath in a place like this?
The smell is very bad.
In certain tunnels, water flows in from the city's drainage system, and some people use it to take showers.
Naturally, they wouldn't have health insurance. So if you get sick consuming water like this, where do you go? You just die.
There are many tunnels around here. Without our guide, we cannot come here.
One wrong turn, and you're lost.
Someone left a note, rest in peace, and there's a cross.
R.I.P.
Apparently, someone has passed
to the American dream for these guys.
A lot of bicycles.
He might build them and sell them.
Oh,
Because bikes are like cars out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way of transportation.
Yeah,
You
makes
have to have
sense
a bike to go anywhere.
to have
Otherwise, you have to
bicycles
walk
down
all
here.
the time. It's a nightmare.
Because again, this is 322 kilometers of canal space. So you need a bicycle to move from point A to point B.
walking inside the tunnels takes a lot of time, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. I lived down here 2.5 years. I never used a flashlight.
How did you find your ways under the tunnels without flashlight?
Put my hand on the wall.
Dang,
Remember,
2.5 years.
you know where everything is in your tunnel. It's your house. It's exactly the same thing out here.
Is that Tony?
When I heard a voice echo through the tunnel, it hit different. This dark, damp tunnel that gives me goosebumps is actually where some people feel the safest and live. Here he is. At first glance, it looks like clutter, but to Tony, every single item is essential to his survival.
I've been in these tunnels for 6 years, and there has been times where we've had good people here and it was a sense of community, but now we've got some people in here that don't give a shit about nothing but themselves. You know, just they're bullies. Some asshole over there started a fire because he's just a mean dude.
The fire didn't hurt Tony, but nearly took the life of his only companion, his cat.
This one right here was burnt from the tip of her nose to the tip of her tail. 5 days later, she's still hanging in there, thank God.
So what is the toilet situation here?
We have certain areas that we go to the bathroom, and she's usually a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
We put a bag in it.
That can be nice.
Yeah.
But this is how everyone treats themselves in these tunnel systems. Men, women, children. Bang. This is even worse than some places in, third world countries. Because at least over here, people who don't have access to, washrooms, public toilets, they do free range, right? You go to a bush somewhere, you dig a hole, you do your business in there, and then you cover it. But then when you're under here, you can't dig a hole anywhere. Because these are concrete tunnels. So they have to do it inside in buckets and then discard it somewhere. Where would they even discard it? Because you can't throw it outside the tunnels. Because then city authorities will come after them. So they have to find ways of disposing of their own. Dang.
I mean, I'm 57 years old. I'm getting old. I just haven't been ready.
After guiding us 10 minutes into the tunnel, Tony wanted to return to his spot. We handed him a week's worth of supplies and kept walking deeper into the tunnels.
And there's so much randomness that could happen. Anybody could just decide to come down that tunnel and steal from you or take your stuff or attack you and then disappear, and who would know, right? It's not like it's happening on the streets where you're laying there and somebody could see you and call the cops. Like down here, it's like another layer, like not knowing what could ever happen. It could be peaceful now and come back in 2 hours and the wrong person walks through and it could be hell,
As we go deeper and deeper, the less we know about what we'll come across ahead. In these harsh conditions, some tunnel dwellers make pans out of aluminum and use hand sanitizer as a heat source to cook their meals.
I mean, this is sad that is also innovative. Making a pan out of aluminum foil and using sanitizer as your heat source.
There are a lot of rats there.
Yes, there are.
A voice echoed ahead, and we followed it.
I'm Cuckoo Bananas Crazy, and
Another female resident.
my mother in Vegas, and fell for a local. We ended up here. These are my people.
How long have you been down here?
About 5 years or so.
How
5
long do you
years.
plan to stay here?
At least today. I don't plan much farther than today.
What is the worst things about tunnels?
Probably the lack of plumbing. And dark is rough sometimes. I can't just sit in the dark. I get a little bit panicky still, like I'm a little kid.
Darkness is not just the absence of light. It's like an entity that covers you and erases you from the world. Tunnel people usually survive through stealing and dumpstering.
Some people down here do treasure hunting, such as collecting cables, coppers. Do you do things like that?
I collect what the drunk tourists abandon. They go to Louis Vuitton and they pay $3,000 for a t-shirt, and then they win $100 on a slot machine, and they get so excited that they jump up and down and they leave their $3,000 purchase right there to go cash in their winnings. And they remember that they spent that money, 2 days later, because they've been day drinking in the sun, and they plan to lose $10,000 a day while they're here.
What do you think of people losing thousands of dollars to machines?
It's the American way. Decadence and excess and debauchery, and this is why people come here on vacation.
Then Beverly showed up in the darkness.
For how long have you been down here?
Probably 8 or 9 years.
How is the situation here when it rains?
Horrific. Very scary. I've been caught up in it twice, and one of the times I really
It's a
didn't
nasty
think I was going to make it
flight.
out.
What do you think about Las Vegas City?
A lot of it's almost like wallpaper, like it's just made to look good, These big casinos aren't built on winners.
Do you change your spot time to time, or do you always stay right here?
Oh no, it definitely changed.
What is the hardest thing about tunnels?
She packed years of disappointment into one word.
The people.
Even this deep down, there's stuff all over. Some of it was probably brought in by the flood, some carried in with shopping carts. After walking for another 20 minutes, we came across an eerie shadow stretched across the wall.
Don't shoot. We don't mean any harm.
Before to the tunnel and see what is waiting for us in the dark.
Look at this trash. Hey there. How are you?
We first offered him some supplies, then he invited us into his tent.
This is where this guy sleeps. He puts his clothes here. This is his table, kind of workstation.
6 years ago, I moved to Vegas alone, and my parents died in 2018. It's the 2 years I've been down here, if not more. So,
How do you find water and food?
I go turn on the fire hydrant right around the corner from here. I have my food stamp card, but if I really, really have to, I'll go steal food.
How do you stay safe in this tunnel?
Like everywhere else, you just gotta watch your back.
There's a scar on your forehead. What happened?
I got hit in the head with a
educated,
2x4
Charlie.
and got 11 stitches.
In here?
Yeah,
What was the reason?
over a bike. Bikes are a hot commodity in this area, and a lot of people need them,
Have you ever seen someone at the moment?
Makes sense, fighting over a bicycle.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Because again, that is a primary means of transport for long distances in these tunnels. So if you have a bike, you probably have a target on your back.
Before I knew it, he was standing right in front of me with a white t-shirt on that was turning red really fast. It was his brother who shot him.
The psychology of being down here in the darkness must be really hard.
Some people can't take it. There are people out there that haven't seen the light of day and never will. People that turn gray down here,
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. At night, it sounds like there's people walking, right outside your tent, and multiple times gone out
In a very strong mindset to live underground for years.
Phil once lived in a house with a pool, but after retiring, life slowly pulled him underground.
The police radios and stuff would not work down here.
Wow.
So that lured a lot of people down here.
How long have you been in the tunnels?
8 to 10 years.
What was
8
the worst
to
thing that
10
happened
years.
to you?
And he once lived in a house with a pool, which means he was doing well for himself. And he's lost everything. And I guess in the US, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, right? So most people are just one bad financial decision away from, ending up homeless, like this man. Like the opportunities in America are vast, but so are the risks. You make one wrong move and the American dream is gone. You end up miserable, like these guys. I think this guy died like a few weeks after this documentary was taken, as most people his age would, after living for so long underground. I'm going to end the video here. It's about 22 minutes long. I won't play the whole thing. You get the gist of it. more than the gist of it, right? Because I've reacted to over half of it already. My one question is, does Donald Trump know this place exists? So there really isn't much of a difference between first world countries and so-called third world countries. I think perspective is the biggest difference, because a lot of Africans are going to watch this and be like, yeah, I haven't seen this before. This is absolutely wild, you know. But often you also have people from so-called first world countries looking at Africa and they see a lot of things happening in the continent and they're also surprised. They find it unbelievable. I find this unbelievable and ridiculous because a lot of our problems persist because we don't have the means to solve them, you know. But for a country like the United States, a lot of the problems they have, they can solve. You know, they have the money to solve it. They have the resources to solve it, right? It is just the will they lack. So this issue only persists because, you know, the leaders lack the will to solve it. It's as simple as that. And I remember when Xi Jinping was visiting the United States, was it California he went to? And the governor for that particular, is it a state or a city? I don't know. But the governor over there made sure that every single homeless person, especially, you know, in the streets that Xi Jinping's motorcade was supposed to pass through, he made sure every single homeless person was relocated. They moved every single one of them away because they didn't want the president of China to see their city in such a state, you know. And China is like an adversary country to the United States. They don't really get along. Like the US doesn't really like China, but you know, the mayor or the governor went to that extent just to make Xi Jinping feel, you know, at home in his city. Right. So homeless people, yeah, turns out they are treated the same way across the world. No one really cares about the homeless. No one cares about the poor. The more people. Let me know what your opinions are in the comment section. Is this something you've seen before in your own country? And are you surprised to see a city like this, a community like this, in the US of all places? I mean, I feel like the US could just end this crisis with a snap of the finger very easily. Because these guys spend like, what, hundreds of billions of dollars on all kinds of ridiculous things. Their army alone receives over 800 billion US dollars in funding every single year. How much have they spent on Ukraine? A lot of money. How much would it take to solve this crisis in the United States? Especially given the fact that some of the people living here are young people and you have children being born under these circumstances. Yeah, thanks for watching.